Oakland Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Now a man who began with the Raiders, it's Latavius Murray. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours? Who's that? 24 is the
Now it's Locke. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Max Crosby able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Throwing his Locke. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Out of the gun, Locke. He sets to fire deep, and this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 8 yards. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. One man in the backfield, Murray on 2nd and goal.
Second and goal at the Raiders' 3-yard line.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Latavius Murray scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Carr to throw. Flushed out right. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch 13, watch 13. Single.
694. Who's right, Chief? 282.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Carr completes it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Johnson's got it complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
53 for Mike, 53, 29. Here we go. Let's go.
Now Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Bring it. Bring it. Hey, watch that. Watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
12. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
From the gun, here's Locke. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Here with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
2nd and 10, Luck again. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Bravo.
54. Mike 54.
Now a play fake, and it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the background, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, Raider 2.
Throwing now is Carr. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's...
And the pressure gets to him again. Sheldon Rankins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Mexico, under 10. 11 feet.
Smith.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll fake it. Now Locke. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hey, we're good. 185.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. That one good for 26 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. To throw again on second down. Carr, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also, it may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
No gain on the play there, second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on second down. Luck. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check John right.
A shotgun snap for Locke. Looking long for Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making...
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And all the way down to the 35. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. They come up on 2nd and long, and a pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw his car. And he rifles one incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Carr to throw. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Luck. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Mike 29. Watch the run. Watch the run. Good sock, baby. That's a baby sock.
Crawl. Hey, orbit.
On 1st down, Luck. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, baby.
Crawl.
29 is the
Hey, Echo.
Check.
To throw is Luck. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 3rd and long, it's Luck. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
What now?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that line. And he will not. Taken down. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. On second down, Jacobs. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with third and long. And you know, this is the time of game. Moves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check safety, check safety.
Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Throwing on third down. Luck. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Here's Hill on the return. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Check, 12, 12, 12.
54. Watch the run.
11B.
Now a first down throw. Luck. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Luck to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and it's third down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where and he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Taylor Gabriel, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. What's good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
They're on the 17-yard line.
Now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Check 56. Nice,
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now they'll throw with Carr. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Shotgun now for Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play that time for the Raiders. 53 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Carr now to throw. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the...
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Carr, complete. It's Johnson. And the completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And his kick is indeed good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Love. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
3, 11.
First and
Hey,
10
Haywood!
35-yard line.
Pick me up. Here we go. 24 is the mic. Coming. 24 is the mic.
Heavy, heavy.
Hey, check.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 4. 5, 40. Easy. Alert. 11Z. Motion. Hey, high 7. 24 is the mic.
Bound to lose one.
24 is the mic. Clone. Hey, zoom. 24 is the mic. Watch twist.
Out of the gun, Luck. Thomas has got it, complete. The end result, 21 yards. Luck now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
24 is the mic. We own it.
Now it's Luck. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
First and 10.
From the red zone now, Luck. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it. And that's what you don't want to do.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Here we go. Go, Chief.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. Thank goodness. That means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
A 4-yard loss on the play. 2nd and goal.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down.
11.
Check. 3 down.
24 is the mic. Here we go, D.
Back to throw. Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Hey, check. 24 is the mic.
Check Mike.
From the gun, here's Love. He's got Smith here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. On 1st down, Murray. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Locke. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
11Z. 3 down. Hey, Delta.
So don't say nothing.
24 is the mic. Let's go, D.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. Well, he's going to go for it all. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Johnson was the intended receiver. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Hatchet. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. 12.
Quarterback at all costs. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 54.
Coming. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Throwing on second and long. Luck. Ryan Shazier picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long.
Check out route.
Hey, Charlie.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
From the end zone, Luck. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And he's able to get it out of there. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Jacobs. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well-coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a desperation throw, deep depth, and it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
You better be ready.
Again, it's Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it's third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Hey, exit.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.